Hello and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon news update. So we have a new GX to talk about, but before we actually get started on the video, I just want to make an apology. There's been no videos going out this week. I literally started a job on Monday, tons of training, so I haven't had time to come back and make a video. Number one, because I've been trying to fix my computer slightly, and various other reasons, which I don't really need to go into detail because it's food, sleeping, etc. So yeah, what I'm going to try and do is I might do some sort of I'll try and get maybe one or two videos done for throughout the week, so maybe like Wednesday and Friday, and then hopefully I'll do one on Sunday. Now obviously as more stuff does come out on the weekend, I will have to try and make more videos, which I will plan on doing. But I just wanted to give a short summary as to why there's been nothing this week. It's been pretty good because obviously we've had Dragon Majesty coming out, so those videos have been there, people have been watching them, happy days. But I want to now bring up a new GX. Now this one isn't coming out in a set. I'm going to say that because we don't know if it is going to be coming out in a set. It might get its own GX box, we're not too sure. Now we are talking about a specific promo, very much like the Alolan Marowak, Serena, the Lycanrocs, or Lycanroc should I say, Beware, I might have said that one already, but that's the sort of thing that we're on about. It's those promos. So, which one do we have? Well, we have got this one right here, which I am extremely happy to see indeed. It is Alolan Marowak GX. So, it is from the Pokemon Card Gym, like the trainer pack thing, so you can get this card and you can get several other promos. Now, we've actually already got two of the promos that they revealed, which was the Latios and Latias, which came out in the pink collections. So, we've already got those. There was an item, there was a Cubone, which we will go over before we get into what this thing actually does. But I have to say, from what I've read, from what I've seen, I like this thing, and I really do want to try and make a deck with this card. I think it could be a very fun thing to do. A very interesting card indeed. So, let's go through all of its bits and bobs here. Of course, it is a fire Pokemon with a HP of 200, which, I mean, is okay. It's a bit of a step up from obviously a Cubone, which I think all of these have 60. We will go over the different Cubones which are legal to be played. There's 3, including the one that should come out with this one, however it does come out. Fingers crossed we will see it next year. Hopefully it won't be as delayed as everything else, like the Palossand, for example, Alolan Marowak. Big delay for them, so hopefully we don't have the same with this. It is a Stage 1 Pokemon as well, of course, because it does evolve from Cubone, not an Alolan Cubone, just a normal one. So you don't have to look for an Alolan Cubone, but it does evolve, obviously, into the Alolan Marowak. So, let's have a little look at the Cubones. So, we'll start off with that Cubone right there. And this one came out in Crimson Invasion. Now, both of the Cubones that you're going to see first do also have Alolan Marowaks which go with them. We will go into them as well. But we're going to have a look at which one might be the best one to play. Now, this one has 70 HP. That's pretty high for a basic. That is pretty cool. Now, if you're going to try and do like a Professor Elm's lecture, you have to get a 60 HP one. So that's going to be a little bit annoying if you wanted to try and get this thing going. But you do have Brooklet Hill. You do have Nest Balls. So you should be pretty cool to try and get this thing out. So for one colours we got Leah, flip a coin, if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralysed, and then for a double colours we got Headbutt for 20. Week 2 Grass and a retreat of a retreat of 2, which is bad. But yeah, that is the Cubone from Crimson Invasion. We also have one right here which I believe came out in Forbidden Light. So, this one does have 60 HP. This one looks better than the other one, in my opinion. I love how it's looking up to the sky, to that little cloud that looks like its mother. It's on the beach, so it's very Alolan looking. One attack here for double colours. It's called Burdensome Bone. 40 damage. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. Now that says this Pokemon, so if you do manage to evolve it, happy days, you can crack on with that. But we do also have the other Cubone which comes out with this thing, or at least hopefully it will do, fingers crossed. So, there it is right there. Now I've also got the translated attack there. Now I have to say, probably out of all of these, I do prefer this one a lot. The artwork looks insane. I love that sort of very much like paint splattered, fiery smoke going on in the background. It does look very, very cool indeed. I like that a lot. So, the one attack as well. Oh, by the way, it does have 60 HP, so that is ideal as well. Yes, okay, 70 HP is better, but the fact that we can do the Professor Elm's lecture with this thing is going to be very, very cool. So, for double colours, it's called Linear Attack. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And then it just says about, you know, don't apply weakness and resistance for benched, but it can hit anywhere it wants for 20. So, in terms of artwork, I prefer this new one. But in terms of a better attack, if you really want to try and focus on the attack, the Forbidden Light one is better. However, I think if you're going to be getting this, I'm going to definitely be running this one right here, this promo version. Hopefully when we do get it, it won't be a promo. We'll get it in a set somehow. It'll just be bang, there it is, happy days. It might come out straight away next year in our first set next year, which we don't have we don't have a name for, but it does contain the GXs which intermingle with each other. We haven't got into those yet, so there will be a video coming on that. There's only one being revealed so far. I want to try and wait for the actual set to be revealed so we can check out some more of them. But yeah, in terms of all of these, I like the artwork of this one better. But the move, if you are interested in the move set, is definitely Forbidden Light. So that's how we can leave that. So moving on from there, let's have a look at the two Alolan Marowaks which already came out. One from Crimson Invasion. So of course, most Alolan Pokemon, if not all of them, do have a free attack. Now this one has Dance of Flames. For each energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon, attach a fire energy card from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. So if your opponent has maybe 2 double colourless and 3 normal energies just attached, then that's 7, or at least it should be 7 energies, which you can get out of the discard pile and put them on your Pokemon. So very, very interesting free attack there. Definitely a nice little tech card. If you are going to play this, maybe do a 3-1 or even a 4-1, because obviously it's a Alolan Marowak and then a Alolan Marowak GX, so they are different. That's perfectly fine. The other attack here is for 2 Fire 1 colours for Burning Boomerang. 70 times damage. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. If either of them are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. So that's pretty cool. Definitely pretty nice. But I think that free attack is what you're going to be using this for. It does only have a HP of 100 though, so that is definitely something to take into account. Then we've also got this one which did come out in Forbidden Light. This one has 120 HP. Another free attack called Limbo Limbo. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. So that actually allows you to get it out from your deck. Then we've got a double colours for Alolan Club. 20 times damage. This attack does 20 damage for each of your Pokemon in play that has Alolan in its name. That actually could be pretty cool. So out of these two, I probably prefer to use the one on the right, the one from Forbidden Light. The reason for that is that Alolan Club could be very, very interesting indeed. I'm not saying do this, but if you were to run an Alolan Vulpix to sort of get you doing some beacons, as well as obviously getting your Alolan Marowaks up, then this thing could be doing some pretty interesting stuff. Yes, you may not want to go for the Alolan Club, but it's a nice little attacker. It's a 1 prize attacker, but that free attack as well is pretty nice as well. So I definitely think the right hand side Alolan Marowak is the better of the two. So definitely that is the one to pick. So, moving on from that, let's actually go back to our Alolan Marowak GX and check out its ability. So the ability is called Cursed Body. Well, what does that mean? If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and it is damaged by an opponent's attack, the attacking Pokemon is now confused. So a very, very good sort of condition there. Confusion can be very, very annoying. Your opponent, yes, they could, do some pretty decent damage. They might not get a knockout. Now, it doesn't say here if your Pokemon... It says here if it's damaged by an opponent's attack. It doesn't say if it's knocked out as well. So I don't think if this thing gets knocked out, it won't be confused. But it is attacking it, so it should still get the confusion, in my eyes anyway. But I think to leave your opponent's Pokemon confused is going to be very, very annoying indeed. Especially with something like a Buzzwole or something like that. To have it being confused, they're at least going to have to either retreat, switch, or Guzma to get that thing out and stop the confusion. So that is definitely going to be a very, very cool one indeed. Definitely something I'll be looking out for and using to stop them from attacking. Because it is, you think, oh, hold on, I actually have to try and get a knockout here to knock this thing out so it doesn't take advantage of me being confused. So that having this is very, very cool. I like it a lot. Really, really nice. So moving on, we have the other attack here called Heat Bone for 1 fire and 2 colourless. Now, of course, most of the other Q-Bones have had a double colourless attack, which is pretty cool. So you can get the double colourlesses going on there and a fire energy, or you could use just 3 fire energies, which obviously would then stop Enhanced Hammer from taking the double colourless. So there is that. So what does Heat Bone do? So it does 90 damage, and your opponent's active Poké is now burned. Now, straight away when I see that word burned, I am thinking Weller Volcano Park. Number 1, that's where Kiawe does his trial. Number 2, that's where this thing is. That's where this thing is. Kiawe is sort of its signature Pokemon, if not Salazzle. So yeah, I'm pretty interested with that. You know, having the Weller Volcano Park going up there and a Choice Band. With Choice Band, you're doing 120. Weller Volcano Park, the burn would be able to do another 20, so that's 140, which is pretty cool. And the fact that if you can keep Weller Volcano Park, which in my eyes you run 3 or 4, definitely 3, if not if you can afford it 4, you need to keep that Weller Volcano Park going all the time. Yes, if they field blower it, fair enough, but place another one up, you have that. So that could be very, very cool indeed, to keep the damage going really. You know, especially if they can't retreat out of it, the burn will keep going, and you can be like, burn, burn, keep burning. But I'm only thinking about like maybe going against a Lele or something here. But if you think about it, 90, then you're 30 from Choice Band, so that's 120. Then you burn, that's 140. It would only take maybe another. It would literally only take them to finish their round and not retreat the Lele for it to do another 20 damage, and you could then think, oh, okay, fair enough, I won't attack, but you can focus on something on your bench or something, and the burn can finish it off on your turn, which knocks it out. Yes, it does have to be very lucky to do that, but the fact that you can keep the burn going is going to be really, really insane. I definitely like that a lot. Now, what also helps is the GX. Now, the GX is free. Lost Boomerang GX. What does that do? This attack does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemons. Don't apply weakness and resistance. If a Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, put that Pokemon and all cards attached to it into the opponent's Lost Zone. That is pretty cool. Now, of course, we've already had some Lost Zone. Well, we're going to have a whole Lost Zone set, basically, in Lost Thunder with a ton of cards, the biggest set so far. But the fact that this thing will actually be able to put stuff in the Lost Zone if it's knocked out is going to be quite interesting. So, like I said before, if we were, for example, to try and damage a Lele, so we'll go through the maths here again. 90 for its normal attack, 20 for the burn, 30 for a DCE, 30 for a Choice Band. So that's 140 right there. That goes back to the bench, and you're thinking, okay, my opponent's got something on their bench that I could snipe with a Lost Boomerang. You Lost Boomerang, you do 50 to the Lele to knock it out, and possibly knock out something else on the bench, or maybe just inflict some damage on the thing that came up to the active. It could be pretty interesting indeed. So you can knock that out, put the Lele into the Lost Zone, which is going to be really annoying to get a Lele in the Lost Zone, because most people do rely on maybe a rescue stretcher to bring it back into their hand, then place it on the bench, then use its ability again, etc. So this is going to be very, very cool indeed. I like it a lot. So yeah, I mean, in terms of a card, there's not really much that's bad about it. The only thing that I sort of get concerned about is the HP. because Buzzwole has 190 and that's a basic, and this only has 200. So, if you didn't want to run Choice Band, maybe throw a bodybuilding dumbbells in there. I know it sounds stupid, but it just ups it a little bit more to be a little bit more tactile than other things. But apart from that, I think it's really, really cool. So finishing it off, of course, when it is knocked out, of course it is a GX, so your opponent will get 2 prize cards. It has a weakness to water of ×2. Water, I'd like to say isn't that big, but it can be. It can definitely be. And with some cards that have just come out in Dragon Majesty, water decks might see a little bit of a increase, especially possibly bringing back Lapras. The Quagsire seems to be a nice sort of thing to get the energy back and shuffle it where they want it, so that's pretty nice. So that could be a little bit of a threat, but there's always weakness policy, so you know, should be okay. Resistance to nothing, that's kind of annoying. I wish it did have a resistance to at least something, but you know, it doesn't, which is unfortunate. And a retreat of 2. It's not bad. I mean, you know, if you do have a DCE on it, you can retreat it. That's fair enough. If you've got Guzma, happy days. But 2. I mean, 2's not bad. I mean, I think if it was 3, that would be really annoying. Like, really annoying. If it was 1, yes, it'd be really good. But 2 is just a bit like, it's in the middle. You're sort of like, you can't really do anything about it unless, obviously, you get rid of the energies, which, of course, most cards can help you recycle from the discard pile. Or you Guzma. Or switch. Anything you like. But there we go. Very, very cool. So let's have a look at what works. We'll go through a few things here. So, put Charizard in there. Now, I've only put Charizard in there, and this is just for a bit of fun, because obviously Kiawe, I'm thinking of Kiawe in the anime now. He has got Turtonator, Charizard, and he's got Alolan Marowak. As much as Charizard seems to just be his ride Pokemon, it might be... And actually, I know which one I should have put in here. I should have put Turtonator in here. That would have been brilliant. Oh, Turtonator Marowak. Yes, please. I'll have that. Oh, that sounds good with Kiawe. Ho-ho! Yes, I like it. Thinking of deck ideas as we go through. But there we go. Charizard GX. It is an interesting card. Very, very tanky. And the Rainbow Rare is impossible to flipping find. I put Reshiram GX. A lot of people are hyped up about this thing. I haven't seen anything just yet of it, but I know a few people who are making some decks, so if I can go against them, at least I'd have a nice way of knowing about this card. But that could be a pretty interesting one, something quite relevant. We've got the Charizard as well from Dragon Majesty here. Again, if you didn't want to run the GX and run the risk of trying to get all that energy, run that one. The Resolute Flame ability is very, very interesting indeed, and the attack isn't bad as well, so that could be a pretty interesting one. We got Victini Prism Star, only for that attack, you know, maybe late game, you know, all your energies, maybe not all of them, but some, you know, a grand majority of your energies are in the discard pile, and you think, well, you know, Victini Prism Star might have a go at this. Place it down, got your 2 energies, happy days, 20 for everything in the discard pile, that is a energy. So, yeah, that could be pretty cool. Which I guess is another reason why possibly not to run a DCE, because DCE would not count towards Infinity. So that could be a nice little tech to put in there. Lysander Prism, I like this one. For each of your fire Pokemon in play, put a card from your opponent's discard pile in the Lost Zone. Now that could be very, very cool indeed. The fact that you can do this, especially, it doesn't even have to be late game, it could be very starting, because I know there's a few decks, for example, we'll say Rayquaza, where a lot of people like discard, 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 and literally they've gone through half of their deck by about turn 1, 2. It's crazy. But Lysander, you can actually go through there and think, oh, well, it'd be annoying if they got that back, it'd be annoying if they got this back, it'd be annoying if they got that back, let's put them all in the Lost Zone. Now, because you probably have 6 fire Pokemon hopefully in play, unless there's a Lele, so that'd be 5, you'd at least get 5 to 6 cards in the discard part. In the Lost Zone, which means they can't get them back out. Plus, it also helps sort of build up the total in the Lost Zone. So yeah, I definitely think Lysander's a really good one. I've put Fiery Flint here. You can put this card, it says you can play this card if you discard 2 other cards from your hand, search your deck for 4 fire energy cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. A lot of people are using that with the GX for Reshiram. It does say there you can attach up to 5 Fire Energy cards from your hand to any of your Pokemon in any way, so a very good way to set up, but of course you will have to get those 4 energies on Reshiram beforehand. Well, a Volcano Park we have definitely covered a lot, so this thing's going to help this a lot. Definitely a very, very nice thing. I like it a lot. I've also put in there Blaine's Last Stand. Of course, you can play this card if it's the last card in your hand. Draw 2 cards for each fire Pokemon you have in play. Again, if you have 5 or 6, you're getting 10 or 12. That is very, very cool. And of course, we're going to have to throw Kiawe in there. It might not be ideal to use on Marowak, but then again, you never know. But if you were to try and run Marowak and Turtonator would definitely enjoy having a Kiawe power it up very quickly. So that could be very, very cool. But of course, Kiawe definitely does speed up Fire decks, attaching those 4 energies. But yes, it does end your turn, but it's a very good way of increasing the speed of the deck. So very, very cool indeed. So, let's move on to Guess the GX. The answer from when we had, I believe it was when we did the second part of the Explosive Impact set. So, it's a little bit back, probably about 4 or 5 videos ago, I think, maybe. So, if you guys have seen that, then we'll go through it. So, I give you that picture right there. What was that? Well, it was Marshadow GX. It was the promo version that came with the tin. But, yeah, there we go. If you did get that, then well done. Pretty cool. And then let's have a little look at the Guess the GX for today's video. So, we've got that picture there, that one right there, and that one right there. So yeah, there we go. So I will, I will leave it here, but let's finish it off properly first. Let me know in the comments below what you think this GX is, as well as your thoughts on Alolan Marowak GX. I honestly think it's a really cool card. I definitely want to try and make something with, obviously, Kiawe and Turtonator. I think that might be pretty cool. Obviously, it's all of his Pokemon that he's got. So I just like it. I really do like the sound of it. The Alolan Marowak itself, the GX, is just crazy. I really like it. There's a lot of things going for it. So fingers crossed it does have some sort of impact on the game. Maybe not huge, but at least someone might do something pretty cool with it. I'm definitely going to have a go, so why not? But yeah, apart from that, I will leave it here for this video. Just to probably just pre-warn you, hopefully the next video that will come out on the channel should be Wednesday. Then we'll have one Friday, and then we'll see what happens next weekend. If there's any news throughout the week and I've got time to cover it, then I will definitely, you know, throw an update up as quick as I can. But due to the fact that I'm training at the moment and I'm in work every day from Monday to Friday, my time is quite limited. So the weekends are definitely my place now to try and get some videos going. So please bear with me. I am trying to do what I can. And as soon as I get time to make more videos, then of course I will, guys. But as long as the news updates are going up, I'm happy and I hope you guys are happy. So I'll leave it here and I will see you guys in the next video on the channel.